Alright, so we're stripping some corn, and first I preheated the oven to 350 and I baked them in here for 30 minutes. Makes it just perfect. You keep the husk on, you pull off first the leaves that dangle down, and you see I missed a bit of the hair here, but you pull out as much hair as you can. And this is what we start out with. So we'll go over to the counter now and I'll show you how to strip corn. So I mentioned picking off the hair and the big floppy leaves. This is what I meant, is these things here. These big floppy things. I'm doing another dozen now. You just pick it off like that, toss it in the oven. I didn't preheat last time, actually. I cheated. Basically, I stuck them in, put the oven on to preheat, and added 30 minutes to the time. And I think it was about a 6-minute preheat for this oven. It shows you on the display up there how long it's going to take to preheat. So I just added 30 minutes, so I went like 36 minutes. So that was the same as preheating it and putting it in for 30 minutes. Probably not quite the same, but I'm sure 30 minutes on preheat would be just fine. So I'm going to do the same now. Is I will set it to 350, and then do like 37 minutes or whatever it is, and then it will be done, and I can do another batch of corn here. And I may go down for a third dozen. The market's just at the end of the street, and if I have time I may go down for a third dozen, because I really want to get more corn down this year. I only did a little bit last year as a trial to see if it would work, and never got the whole thing, or I never got a whole bunch done because of that. I was just doing it as a trial, but the trial went so well. I was very pleased with the results. I guess I'm picking that in a way where you can't see what I'm doing. And there we go. There's our dozen corn. Bake 350 and 5-minute preheat. I'm going to set it to 37 minutes anyway, because 37 is a prime number. That's all. Prime number. Blah blah blah. Stupid math geek. So you can see we've been at it already here. That's about a 600 milliliter container of stripped corn, and that's from 3 cobs. So basically you don't need to have a tray on the bottom if your countertop is clean, and the corn will just fall down onto there. You can use the bowl or not, depending. Try it both ways. I've tried it both ways. I just saw someone do this way on another video online, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I prefer that way. So I'm just trying it out. It just kind of gives you a higher resting spot, but I'm thinking it might dull the knife more because the knife keeps hitting it. So but the verdict is not yet in. So I'm just going to pull all the hair off. Now, I did a stupid thing here. I got the hair all over the thing that's collecting up my corn. So I should have stripped that over there somewhere, because I don't want the hair getting into the corn that I'm collecting up as much as possible. So you can do it, like I said, you can do it without the whatchamacallem, the bowl. Now, basically you want a really sharp knife. I just sharpened this one. Really sharp knife makes a world of difference for doing this. It just goes through like a hot knife through butter. You can try going down. I tried going down the side like this, and I actually found it a little bit easier, and I'm going to cut you off by doing this. Doing it right in front of me, because I can see what I'm doing, and going across my body. I actually found it easier. And you don't got to go fast or hard. Basically that's all you're doing. And you can see with a good sharp knife I can actually go nice and slow and safe, and Actually, I think I do prefer it without the bowl there. The benefit of the bowl is if you're doing a lot of it, it keeps the cob elevated so it all falls down, and the corn that you're cutting off doesn't get in the way of your cutting action. You can see it keeps the cob elevated well above the, but you hear I just hit that bowl and that's going to dull my knife. So I think I actually prefer it without the bowl there, because it's not going to have much of an effect on, or it's not going to dull my knife as much as otherwise with the bowl. So that's basically all you do. Before you do this, I didn't let the corn cool. You probably want to let the corn cool a bit. That's kind of warm. I just had it done there and I wanted to show you. So there, that's basically all there is to it. This stuff freezes really well. I haven't done that myself. I've canned it up. I'm going to show you how to make some cream style corn, or how to can that up as well. But that's all you do. You strip your corn. When it comes out of the freezer, it tastes fantastic. The canned stuff, you open a jar of the cream corn, and honestly it tastes like it's just come right off the cob, even when you open it a year later. And that's all there is to stripping your corn. Alright, I kind of got wise here finally, and I'm doing it right in my catch container, which makes a lot more sense. You need a container long enough to accommodate your knife, basically, as you can see. But after doing quite a bit of it on my cutting board and then dumping the cutting board into the container, it's finally clued into me that I could eliminate part of the process with a large enough container simply by doing it this way. And it looks awkward the way I've got my arm here. I'm just trying to do it so you can see me. I'm doing it across my body this way, which I find easier, like I said, easier than doing it this way, because I can see what I'm doing, and I just get better control over it altogether than doing it the other way. And that's it. I got my pot on the stove. We're going to show you in a bit what we're doing here. So there's 11 cobs of corn. That's a 17 cup container. 11 cobs of corn, but I could just throw it in the freezer like that if I wanted to. I may do that with some of it because I don't have time necessarily to deal with it right now, and I might deal with it in a week or so. But you can throw it in the freezer like that, or put it in smaller containers like this one. And I'm also going to can some up, and we'll show you how that goes.